Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and this is the Daily Show. It's Flex Friday. We've got an awesome 14-game slate, so much value on the board, tons of value last night. There was some plays that haven't gotten removed yet or bumped from our video last night, so definitely check that out. We'll have that tagged at the end of the video. If you want to check out our plays from last night as well, we put out 6 picks. Before we get into our plays for this slate, though, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because we run several different types of shows, and a lot of the plays that we end up putting out get removed pretty quickly. We had a play last night get removed like 30 minutes after the video was up. So you'll want those notifications on so you can jump on these plays if you like what we're getting into. But at least if the notifications are on, you'll have the option to see what we're excited about as soon as the play is live and the video is live. And last thing, if you guys don't mind doing us a favor and liking the video, it's really been helping us a lot. We notice such a big difference when you guys help us just by liking the video. It really puts us in front of a larger audience and gets us up into the algorithm a lot quicker, so we get more exposure. And it's been awesome, guys. We really appreciate you. If you enjoy these videos, if you don't mind just liking the video, that would be awesome. We don't have anything to recap because it's still the slate hasn't started yet from last night. So we're going to get into these plays now. As always, if you're when you're doing your protected play, make sure you remember to opt in and check the box before you finalize your lineup. I know most of you know that, but we still get some comments from people who and comments in our Discord of people accidentally missing it because sometimes you forget to go opt in. So just make sure you get all that done before you finalize your plays. So we have 4 picks for you today. To get us started, I'm going to be taking a fantasy score prop, and I believe his name is Fontecchio. Sorry.
Yeah, I think so.
Fontecchio. I said that wrong. However you say his name, and I want to say it right because I love this guy. He's one of the exciting new players on the Jazz who's really emerging right now, and because of that, his lines are pretty low still. This guy can score the ball, he can facilitate, and the facilitation side of his game is something that we're still seeing develop. But he is also very good on defense. And so that's what we want when we're looking for fantasy score, because blocks and steals give you 3 points each whenever you're playing the fantasy score option. So I'm definitely going to be taking him for more. And if we look at this over under, they do have a tough matchup, and this is definitely probably going to turn into a blowout, definitely potential blowout. But I like him to still get the amount of minutes that he would need to get this done, even in a tough matchup, because I'm just staying in the flames with him because I think this line is just way too low for what he's been doing. We have a 238.5 over under with the Celtics favored by 14 points. So they're not messing around. They know this is going to be a blowout. The Jazz could surprise us. We saw the Detroit Pistons send it all the way to overtime against the Boston Celtics. So you always want to remember these are pro basketball players. So no matter how much someone's favored, the unexpected can happen and teams can stay in the game. So for Fontecchio, I think that this is a low enough line for him to get this done. We're going to hop over to Outlier here. And since Outlier does not have a fantasy score option, I'm going to break it down for you with PRA and defensive stats. If we look at his last 3 games for PRA, he's gone for 21, 32, and 27. And you'll see a correlation here with his increased minutes. He's been getting it done as they give him more minutes. It's very consistent when you see like lower minutes, which makes sense. But sometimes you get these, younger new players. They get a larger amount of minutes and they still don't do anything. Well, he's producing when they give him the minutes. So he's had his last 3 games, he's been averaging just over 30 minutes a game over the last 3. And like we said, he can score the ball. He went for 12 points, 24 points, 16 points, but also grabbing a lot of boards, 7 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds. And assists are in there. They're not like quite as crazy, but he's still getting like at least 2 a game. 4 in his last game. And if we look at the matchup here against the Celtics, small forward is actually one of the positions that they tend to be a little bit more middle of the road. Not on points because they're so good defensively, but still nothing too crazy. They're 8th in points allowed, but they're 15th in rebounds allowed and 14th in assists allowed to small forwards. And let's look over here at his defense. Look what he's been getting done over the last 4 games. It's nothing crazy as far as just every single game he's popping off, but lately he's been heating up. In his last 3 against Miami, he had 2 steals and a block. Against Dallas, 2 steals and a block, and then against Detroit, 2 steals. I know those aren't crazy matchups, but still pretty impressive against Dallas and Miami. And Detroit's been trying to put it together. So I think for someone who's so young and just getting acclimated, I really like what he's been doing on defense too. And again, we love the fact that when we're taking fantasy score, we want players who play defense as well, because the defensive stats are just worth so much at 3 points a pop. If we look at steals allowed to small forwards from Boston, they're actually 11th, allowing 1.5 steals a game to small forwards in general. Well, this kid has been doing well defensively, so I really like him to get over 17. I think, he could do that on PRA alone. So I just think that 17 mark is way too low. So I'm very excited to take this play. If we hop over to Daily Grind, they're actually, full transparency, they're favoring him to the under just slightly. It's like basically a 50-50 shot, but that's also because there's some discrepancies between other odds makers and what they have it set at. So sometimes Daily Grind just looks for the discrepancies. Like I've got that line checked on, show line discrepancies. It's a really cool feature, but sometimes it recognizes plays that, Prize Picks, they just see it as Prize Picks has it at 17. Other places have it lower than that, so they kind of favor the under. But in this case, this is when I'm going with my gut. I'm looking at this matchup. It's a tough one, but it's for how low this is, I'm all over this 17 fantasy score. That's so low for what he's been doing. And like we can see here, his last 3 games fantasy score, 36.4, 42.2, 32.4. So he only needs to hit about half what he's been averaging over the last 3 games. So that's going to be my first play. And then my next play is going to be a rebounds prop. And I'm going to be running it back with Tobias Harris to go over 5.5. They still haven't bumped this up. And he's very capable of this. I thought about taking his rebounds and assists, but I just didn't really like the way the math was adding up, it being at 9, because 9, he would have, if he does hit his boards at 6, he would need at least 3 assists just to push. So I ended up just going with the rebounds. I feel better about it. We take a look at this over under. Should be a good game versus the Knicks. We got a 231 over under with the 76ers favored by 6 points. And if we look at what Tobias has been doing in the rebounding department, we've got he's gone over this 4 out of his last 5 games. The matchup is a little bit difficult on rebounds, but he's been a big part of cleaning the glass, even with Embiid back. And he's just kind of in rhythm right now, so I'm going to be definitely hopping on this to go over. Even in just barely hit 30 minutes in his last game against Chicago, and he still pulled down 8 rebounds. And then if we go on Outlier and then we see what he's been doing with Embiid in, because I know some people were concerned last time with Embiid returning, they didn't want to take it. But he's actually, his last 5 games with Embiid, he's gone for 8, and then just under that mark in all the other 3. So 1 more board on any of these. So he's knocking on the door with Embiid, and lately, since Embiid's been back, he's actually been rebounding pretty heavily. So I'm loving this to go over. Daily Grind doesn't actually have this posted. They did yesterday, and they had it favored pretty heavy. I think it was like at 52% odds to hit, but for whatever reason, it's not. I'll try refreshing one last time. Oh wait, there it is. Yep, just as I remembered. Rebounds, 5.5, 52.1% odds to go over. They have it at a -128, and across the board, everybody's got this at a -125 or higher, including BetMGM and DraftKings. So I'm feeling really great about this. This one's probably going to bump pretty quickly. So yeah, these are going to be my two. I'm going to be taking Fontecchio for over 17 fantasy score and Tobias Harris for over 5.5 rebounds. What do you got for us, Jordy?
Yeah, man. So to get me started here, I love that Fontecchio play. That's going to be in my protected for sure.
Same.
So to get me started with my two, I'm going to be going with a PRA prop to start, and I'm going to be taking the under on Bradley Beal. Let me find him here. Let me just type him in. There's a lot of people on here today. We got a huge slate. Oops, not Brad. All right, so I'm going to be taking the under on Bradley Beal's PRA at 30. If we look at his last 5 games, he's only hit 30. So he's pushed this once over the last 5 games. If you look at his last 10 games, he's pushed this twice, and any other time he's just straight up gone under it. So I really like this play to go under. If you look at the shooting guard matchup here, he's got a really tough matchup too. They're like ranked 20th and everything, Miami, so it's not like a crazy hard matchup, but not an easy one either. And Miami's pretty tall and lanky, so I think he's gonna have a pretty tough time. If you look at his minutes, he's definitely been getting good minutes, but his offensive efficiency just isn't quite there yet. He's scoring a lot of points, but 30 is just really high for his lines right now. He's not getting as many as assists as he typically does too, and it's not like he's gonna rip down double-digit rebounds or anything. So I think we're pretty safe on this play here. Especially against Miami. They are really tough in the rebounding and assist category here, so I think this is a pretty secure play for me. I'm going to definitely be rolling it in my protected. He's averaging about 12 shot attempts. He's shooting 52%. So, he's playing good. It's not like he's playing terrible. He's shooting 3.4 3-point attempts, and he's only shooting 40%. So, it's one of those things, like, the only way that I think we're going to lose on this one is if he just has a monster shooting game where he goes for like 30 points or something. That's very capable of happening. I mean, this is Bradley Beal we're talking about here, but I like this to go under because he hasn't gone over it since he's been healthy. So I like this play to go under. 10 out of 10 of just straight going under it is it's a good sign. So with only 2 pushes, so we've pretty much got 8 out of 10 there. So I'm gonna be taking the under on this one for sure. And then for my last play here, I wanted to show this on DG as well. I don't know if they have it on here. Let's see if they got Bradley Beal's PRA. So it's juiced to go under. They've got it at a 51% chance with a -121 to go under. Everyone else has kind of got it at like a -125. Some people have it juiced up crazy on other sites, like BetOnline's got it at -150. But I like it to go under. So I'm going to be taking that one. And then my next play here, I'm going to be going with a 3-point made prop, and I'm going with James Harden. I mean, the dude's shooting lights out. He's just been fantastic. He's gone over this a whole bunch. If we look at his last 10 games here over on Outlier, he's gone over this in 6 out of 10 games, and he's really been heating up. I mean, even when he's not going over this, he has every opportunity under the sun to go over it. It's just whether or not his shooting percentages are good that night. But he's got a fantastic matchup against the Pelicans here. Obviously it's not a fantastic matchup because it's the Pelicans. They're always tough. But if you look at what they're giving up to shooting guards here, they're ranked 23, giving up 4.5 threes a game. So it's a little bit of a soft spot, and that's not who you want to be shooting threes on you because James Harden's cashing him. He's shooting 7.6 attempts per game and making pretty much 50%. Shooting 48% from 3, making 3.7 a game. So with a dude who's making almost 4 threes a game, I like him to go over 2.5. I mean, this is pretty silly. With his minutes and how he's been playing lately, he's just pulling everything again. We've got like that vintage James Harden style of basketball where he's passing the ball at a really high efficiency and he's just shooting a whole bunch of shots. So I like him to go over this. I think this is a pretty good play. If we go over to DG here, there we go, 53.68%. They've got it at a -136 to go over. Everyone else has got it at a -135. BetMGM has it at a -140. So this is a very juiced play. I think it's a really good one. The value at 2.5 is just crazy for how many threes he's shooting and making. So I really like this one. And yeah, that's going to be my 2, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so that's 4 more plays for you guys, and we've got 6 in last night's video. So definitely check that out because there's some plays that are still live on there. If you're interested in checking out the tools from Daily Grind that you see us referencing so often, we use it for everything. We use it to search out plays. We use it to confirm plays. And it's not like we just go and whatever their top plays are. You still have to do your own due diligence and dive into what plays they're suggesting because you might see things differently. Sometimes we take the plays, sometimes we don't, but it's always valuable having all of those statistics and what the other odds makers are doing right there. And it just puts plays on your radar when you're searching out a play and you're building out a slip. They also have this really killer correlation tool that you can use for NFL, NHL, CS2. That's an awesome tool that we'll be featuring maybe tonight in the NFL video. Maybe we'll throw a correlation slip at the community. But if you're interested in checking those tools out, we've partnered up with them and they've been awesome to work with. And they're giving all of our viewers 25% off if you use code BACKDOOR, just one word. They'll give you 25% off of all of their tools if you're a first-time user. If you're interested in checking that out, there's a link in the description of the video. And gosh, you know what? Fontecchio just got bumped 0.5. And I'm going to leave it. I still love it at 17.5, just FYI. But yeah, if you're interested in checking out those tools, there's a link in the description of the video for Daily Grind. And if you want to check out our Discord, we're actually, as soon as we wrap this video up, we're going to be hopping into our live voice chat where the whole community comes together and we build out all of our Flex Friday slips together and protected plays. And it doesn't have to be your protected play, but we just get in there and we do the same sort of research and analysis in real time. It's going to be me, Jordy, Moose, and Consul, our other 2 analysts. It's always a good time hanging out. If you want to check it out, there's a link to our Discord in the description of the video as well. But guys, enjoy this Friday. This is an awesome slate. We're really lucky to have such good matchups and 14 games to play with. And we hope you have a good Friday, and we'll catch you. We should have NFL and NBA tonight to feature for tomorrow. So NBA has a 4-game slate, and I believe we have 2 NFL games tomorrow. So should be a lot of fun, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you tonight.
Good luck, guys.